PTV, Telebisyon ng Bayan.
Alright, makakasama po natin ngayon sa Cebu Grand Convention Center, of course, PCO Secretary Martin Andanar, at kasama rin po natin ang Radyo ng Bayan para po sa isang eksklusibong panayam kaugnay po ng nagaganap ngayon na ASEAN PCO Roadshow dito po sa lalawigan ng Cebu. Magandang umaga po, Secretary Andanar.
Kirby, good morning sa lahat ng nanonood at nakikinig sa atin sa PTV at sa Radyo ng Bayan, at ganoon din po sa mga kasama natin sa Philippine News Agency at sa Philippine Information Agency. Good morning.
Of course, Secretary Andanar, pag-usapan po muna natin sa yung matagumpay po na naging roadshow in Davao City, Zamboanga, Baguio, at ngayon po dinala po natin sa Cebu. Gaano po kahalaga sa yung lapit po nito sa ating pong mga kababayan? Napakahalaga
nito, Kirby, ang pag-ikot natin sa buong Pilipinas sa mga kalungsuran. Ang pagpapaliwanag natin sa kahalagaan ng Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit. Tayo po ang chairman ngayong taon na ito, ang bansa natin, 50 years of ASEAN. Dahil batay po sa datos ng ASEAN, nasa 23% lang talaga nakakaintindi ng ASEAN. At dahil nga meron tayong roadshow at iniikot natin ang ASEAN, we are also making the most out of it by introducing ang iba't ibang mga programa ng Presidential Communications Operations Office, gaya po ng Freedom of Information, the Administrative Order number 1, which is the Presidential Task Force on Media Security, yung kahalagan po ng social media dito sa bayan natin, pagdating po ng mga kalamidad, mga sakuna. So yun po yung mga rason kung bakit tayo umikot, at para mailapit pa ang PCOO sa taong bayan, hindi lang po sa Metro Manila, kundi sa buong bansa.
Good morning po, Secretary Andanar. Gloria Cañete po ng Radyo ng Bayan, Cebu. At ang gusto po naming malaman din, kasi nga mamaya ay meron pong tayong ilo-launch na information kiosk sa paliparan po sa Mactan Cebu International Airport. Ano pong kahalagahan nito? Kasi ang nalaman po natin, lahat ng mga major airports ay lalagyan po nito ng mga information kiosk po.
Maraming salamat sa tanong mo, Gloria. And I like that question. Kasi po, we want the Philippine Information Agency to focus dito sa on-ground communications and to redirect the objective of the Philippine Information Agency dun sa one-on-one communication, yung tao sa tao. Projects would be creating kiosks around the country, dun po sa mga lugar na merong madaming foot traffic tulad po ng airport. Now, why do we want to do that? Is because we want PIA to be relevant to everyone, to every Filipino. This is how I see the PCOO and the agencies in communicating the message of the President and the policies of government. Meron po tayong on-air, and on-air, that is PTV and Radyo ng Bayan. Meron po tayong online, and these are the online activities and strategies of PTV, Radyo ng Bayan, PIA, PNA, PCOO, Presidential Communications. And meron po tayong on-print. Para po sa kabatiran ng mga kababayan natin, ang PCOO po, ang nangangasiwa rin, attached agency po nito, ang National Printing Office at ang Apple Production Unit, ng napangunahing mga printing press ng ating gobyerno. So on print, meron din po tayong mula sa masa para sa masa tabloid at iba pang mga polyetos na ginagawa po ng ating gobyerno para ipamudmud sa ating mga kababayan. At ang magbibigay niyan, ang magpapamudmud niyan, ay yung Philippine Information Agency, which is now the on-ground communication. So, kompleto tayo. On air, on print, online, on ground. And this is where PIA comes in, because Philippine Information Agency is the only agency of PCOO na may pinakamalawak na presensya sa buong Pilipinas. So therefore, it is just but timely, and it is a rational strategy na maglagay tayo ng mga kiosks, information kiosks sa mga paliparan, airports, terminals, hindi paliparan but the terminals, I'm sorry. And doon din po sa ibang mga lugar na na makikitaan natin ng malaking posibilidad na maging high impact pagdating sa delivering information on a man-to-man or woman-to-woman basis. So for example, yung mga munisipyo, mga barangay. So the vision is to have a PIA in every barangay in this country. And I laud the great effort of the Philippine Information Agency, led by my Director General Harold Clavite and Deputy Director General Jello Villar. Wala. Ayun, nandun sila. And yeah, so that is we want to invigorate the Philippine Information Agency.
Follow-up question, sir. Who will be manning this? So this will be the PIA people? All the time, there will be people from PIA sa mga kiosk po?
When it comes to manpower, that will be a challenging task. Of course, PIA yung lead. Pero we will also have to coordinate with the different information officers of the province, of the cities, of the municipios, of the barangays.
Sir, nabanggit po na ito pong ginagawa po ng PCO is part of the communication campaign po para po sa Philippine Chairmanship of the ASEAN 2017. Napakahalaga po na malaman po ng bawat isang Pilipino yung kahalagahan po ng pag-held po ng isang napakalaking event po sa Pilipinas. At the same time po, kasabay pa po ng anibersaryo ng 50th anniversary. Ano pa po ang aasahan po ng ating mga kababayan dito po sa chairmanship po ng ASEAN?
Well, Kirby, as far as information dissemination is concerned, yung ating kampanya ay tuloy-tuloy ito hanggang Nobyembre. And we want to maximize government resources. Kaya sabi ko nga habang tayo ay umiikot at nangangampanya tayo for ASEAN, and we are making sure that somehow, maybe at the end of this year, more than 24% of our population understand ASEAN. Sinasabayan natin ng mga programa ni Presidente. Freedom of Information, Task Force on Media Security, social media during disasters, yung Philippine Information Agency kiosks. So sinasabayan natin para hindi sayang yung pag-iikot natin. We want to bring the Presidential Communications Operations Office close to the people, not only in Metro Manila. Remember that the President won partly because of his platform of decentralization, na hindi lang po sa Maynila ang nakakatanggap ng biyaya, kundi maging yung mga probinsya. That is why si Director General Bonga Portadera ng Radyo ng Bayan ay puspusan din ang kanyang pag-rehabilitate ng Radyo ng Bayan. For now, we have about 28 plus 5 radio stations. 10 radio stations are running under low power. Low power. Meron po kaming mga transmitter na 1964 pa, dated. We have radio panels, mga console, na na dial. My goodness, it's 2017. I mean, I have nothing against the old technology, but it's a bit, not a bit, but it's antiquated already. At kailangan nating bigyan ng pansin because communication is very important. How do we expect to win the war against terror sa Holosulu kung wala tayong effective communication platform? We have Radyo ng Bayan there, but we do not have a PTV sa Holosulu. Meron kang frequency, but you don't have the transmission. So, Bong has a gargantuan task to rebuild Radyo ng Bayan, including in Cebu. I understand in Cebu, hindi nyo lugar yung pinagtatayuan ng inyong istasyon at pinapaalis pa kayo ng eskwelahan. At napakalungkot po. This is national radio that we are talking about. Hindi lang po ito yung pipitsuging radyo na we're talking about. This is national radio representing the national government, serving 100 million Filipinos. And we cannot just leave it like that. Ganon din po ang PTV. I understand PTV does not have a home here in Cebu. You only have a transmitter, but you don't have a production studio. And very gargantuan din po yung gagawin task ni General Manager Dino Apolonio. We have so many agencies to rebuild. The PTV4, Radyo ng Bayan, PIA, PNA. And this is for communication because it ain't a one-way street. If we want to understand each other, if we want to have a peaceful nation, then we need to start communicating properly. Philippine News Agency was once the one-stop shop of the provincial and other international news companies. What happened? Nawagtang na. So we need to rebuild it. We cannot just stop and stare at it. That's why every time that the office, the PCOO, goes around the world with the president, we see to it that we sign different bilateral communications MOUs para makakuha tayo ng mga libreng training mula sa mga bansang maayos yung kanilang TV station, maayos yung kanilang national radio, maayos yung kanilang national newswire services. And China already offered 30 scholars for our government or broadcasting employees in management and in technical and reporting para mapag-aralan din po kung paano nila ginawa, paano sila naging matagumpay sa radyo, telebisyon, sa dyaryo, at ganoon din po sa running a newswire service. Now we have a bilateral MOU with China. Ambassador Zhao visited me this week, and again reiterated their commitment to give the Philippine government all of these training na libre and also offering television and radio transmitters and even consoles, Bong. They're offering to donate to help us. Singapore has also signified their intention, so we will be signing an MOU with Singapore. Alam naman natin ang Singapore, magaling sa mga film, magaling sa communication. It's actually the broadcast hub now of ASEAN, in Singapore. So they're offering all of these trainings too. Malaysia has also offered trainings sa Bernama, which is their newswire service, and ito po lahat ay libre. Because the ASEAN community, China, or even Australia, has offered a bilateral communications agreement, an MOU, so they can send the best of the best in emergency broadcast training here in the Philippines para i-train tayo at magbibigay din sila ng mga scholarship for us to be able to send students there. In fact, meron ng dalawa. Yung sa China, last year, nagpadala na tayo ng mga executives. They're asking for 30 more. We are waiting for the Japanese government also to help us in rebuilding, because these countries believe in the Philippines, believe in the administration of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. They want us to succeed.
Sek, maidagdag ko rin po yung nabanggit niyo po kanina sa message niyo po kanina sa kabila na nabanggit niyo po na gagawing broadcast emergency platform po yung PTV and the RNB. Gaano po kahalaga ito, lalo na po yung Pilipinas ay alam natin na talagang ano naman po sa climate?
Ang Pilipinas po ay ang Route 66 ng bagyo dito sa rehiyon natin. Nakita naman natin sa Yolanda, sa isang taon po ay meron din mga 20 hanggang 21 bagyo na dumadaan dito sa bansa natin. Now, you need communications when there's a calamity. At wala ho tayong emergency broadcast station. National. Kasi national. Of course, every private company would have their own emergency broadcast transmitter, wherever. Pero nationally, wala po. So, we are going to make PTV as the national broadcasting television station. We are going to make Radyo ng Bayan the national broadcast radio station. In fact, dahil sa pagpupursige ni DG Aportadera, ay nakuha niya po yung frequency na 87.5 FM. Not only in Manila, but nationwide. Imagine the potential of 87.5, being able to broadcast all over the country using one frequency. Now, he plays music, tapos knock on wood, nagkaroon ng kalamidad, then madali nang putulin yung programa, di ba? And make it an emergency broadcast station during that time. Because alam naman natin na kapag merong mga lindol, ang pinaka matitira dyan, yung radyo eh. In Australia, sa bushfires nila, kausap ko yung ABC head nila, radio is the key. Kasi may mga transistor, may baterya. So during that time that you have to save people, tas meron pang konting baterya, yung kanyang transistor, aasa talaga sa radyo. And this is going to be the first time that we will have an emergency broadcast station and announce it and make it official. And the president will announce it to the Philippines that now PTV4. Alam niyo ba sa Japan, ang NHK, pag merong lindol, lahat na merong mga setup box na may NHK, pag merong lindol, bubukas yan, tapos bubukas dun sa channel na NHK at sasabihin meron lindol, merong tsunami, ganon, automatic. And Japan has also offered to give us free training in emergency broadcasting.
Secretary, another question po. You mentioned earlier, doon po sa speech nyo kanina, na parang yung bang muling i-introducein ba yon yung ang ASEAN po. Ang tanong po kasi ko, what happened is that may malaking porsyento po ng mga tao na hindi masyadong appreciated po ang mga gains or benefits na. Ano po kaya ang mga concrete gains and benefits na nakuha po natin as a member of ASEAN sa mga nagdaang taon po since we became a member po ng ASEAN?
Alam naman natin tayo ay founding member ng ASEAN. The market has grown, the population has grown to 630 million. Sa negosyo pa lang, malaki na po ang oportunidad ng mga negosyante sa Pilipinas na ilako yung kanilang mga negosyo doon sa ibang bansa. 10 bansa yan sa ASEAN. Alam din po natin na ang bansa natin ay napakayaman sa human capital, manpower. At alam po natin marami tayong OFWs. And because we are a member of the ASEAN, and pag ASEAN kayo, hindi mo naman kailangan ng visa eh. You just go straight to that country, and so it's easier for our kababayans who want to work abroad to go and work. At marami pang iba, and that will be discussed here in the roadshow.
And syempre po, bilang panghuling katanungan, Secretary Andanar, ano po ang mga dapat pang asahan po, of course, ng ating mga kababayan sa mahaba pa pong administrasyon ni Pangulong Duterte at yung expectation na rin po doon po sa mga proyekto na ilulunsad po ng Presidential Communications Office?
Salamat sa tanong, Kirby. Marami pang aasahan. We are also working dito sa Mindanao to be able to groundbreak the Mindanao Broadcast Hub. Kasi ang PTV main ay nasa Luzon, nasa Visayas. Siyempre, gusto rin po natin na magkaroon ng isang Mindanao Broadcast Hub na kasing high-tech po ng PTV sa Manila. Ganun din po dito sa Visayas. We have 3 major islands, 7,100 small islands in this country. And it will be a challenging task, but we are not about to back down, and we just move forward. We work. We improve PTV, we improve Radyo ng Bayan, we make PNA a relevant newswire agency, we make PIA the best on-ground communication for government, we make the Bureau of Communication Services as equipped as it should be to be able to service the Office of the President and the different cabinet offices or cabinet portfolios around Malacanang. We will also strive to make the National Printing Office a self-sustaining national printing agency of the country by strategizing and coming up with a plan to improve its services and also to acquire machines that will make it a self-sustaining agency. We will continue the legacy of Sunny Coloma of fixing the Apo production unit. Alam po naman natin na that is a legacy of Secretary Sunny Coloma, and we will continue his legacy. We will also we are also looking into the sale of IBC 13 na marami na po ang nagpakita ng interest na bilhin po ang IBC. Ano pa bang, did we miss any agency? Okay. And my assistant secretary, Chris Ablan, has also formulated the policy that will create the People's Broadcasting Corporation. Ito po yung inanunsyo ni Pangulong Digong nung SONA na mala BBC na broadcasting. At ito po ay pinangungunahan ni Senator Loren Legarda sa Senado at ni Congressman Alfred Vargas sa Kongreso. And once this becomes a law, then mas malaki po yung tsansa ng PTV at ng Radyo ng Bayan na mas lalo pang lumago, umusbong, at lumaki. Marami pa tayong mga proyekto na gagawin na it's going to take siguro 6 years to finish all of these things. And this will be the legacy of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And one of his legacies, itong pag-ayos po natin ng PCOO. It's going to be an exciting communications ride for all of us. Thank you. Thank you, Kirby. Thank you. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Secretary Andanar. At sa lahat po ng ating mga naging bisita po ngayon.